Welcome to another in-phase training video. In this video, you'll learn how to change the polarity of a CT using the installer portal. Why would you need to change the polarity of a CT? Well, there are a few reasons why. The CT sensor or CT wiring at the IQ gateway has been installed incorrectly, and the installers have already left the site. Or the wiring's phase lines have been wired incorrectly. If you need to change the polarity, it can be applied to the production CT and consumption CTs individually. Before you make any change in the software, you'll want to confirm that there is a problem with the CT and that it's narrowed down to the polarity of a CT. How do you identify meter issues? The first and easiest way is to do your verification while on site during installation and commissioning. The installer app will show a negative number during the commissioning of the CT using the CT Meter Wizard. Once identified, the CT can be corrected while on site. This is the most cost-effective way to make the fix since you, the installer, are there on site. Remotely, you can utilize the installer portal and evaluate the CTs and determine if they're correct or not. Using the installer portal, navigate to the site in question. Then verify that the system is showing data using meter measurements and not microinverter measurements. Look for the blue M to the right of the Today readings. With the M present, meter measurements are being displayed. If the M is not present, you'll need to change the setting. Navigate to the gear icon in the upper right of the screen and then scroll down to the Energy and Power Display section and use the drop-down to select the Meter Measurements option. Once selected, navigate to the Graph tab. On the Graph tab, use the drop-down and select the option to Show Phases. Review the graph and look to see if any readings are showing a negative value. If you see negative values, check to see which consumption CT is the one affected by clicking on the L1A or L2B option at the bottom of the screen. The affected CT will have data that shows a negative number. Once you've determined that there is an issue, check to see if the CT location setting has been set correctly. Verify that the consumption type is set correctly for your installation. To do this, click on the Devices tab from the site's navigation bar. Next, scroll down to the Consumption Meter section and click on the meter. Confirm that the consumption CT location that's selected is the one that is correct for the installed system. You may need to refer to the site's initial design to confirm the CT placement. If it's correct, move to the next step. For sites with batteries, the system must be set to Load with Solar for accurate measurements. If you need to change it, disable the CT, update the selection, and then change to the new setting, and then re-enable. Change the meter start date to the day after you've made the change. For example, if you made the change on October 10th, 2022, make the new meter start date October 11th, 2022. This step needs to happen only if you change the setting, because all the recorded data up until this point has been calculated incorrectly and needs to be reset. Setting the start date to the day after the switch will start with new data that is calculated correctly on that new date. The final item to check is the gateway's software version. Not all versions of the software can reverse the CT polarity, so it's important to check that the gateway can do so. Navigate to the Devices tab of the site, find the gateway, and click the gateway link. Verify that the gateway's software is at least 7.01.04 or newer. If it has the correct version of the software or newer, continue on to the next step and reverse the polarity of the CT. If the software isn't the right version, you may need to send someone back to the site to correct the installation error. After all of the checks have been completed and you've verified that the CT is incorrect, you can now reverse the polarity of the CT. Navigate to the Devices tab and scroll down to the CT section. Select the CT that needs to be corrected. Click on the Reverse Polarity link, then select which phase needs to be switched. Check the box and then click the Switch the Polarity button. Once complete, the meter start date will need to be changed. This is because all the recorded data up until this point has been calculated incorrectly and needs to be reset. Setting the start date to the date after the switch will start with new data that is calculated correctly. Great job! You've now reversed the polarity of a CT remotely using the installer portal. The data should now be showing correctly. Thanks for watching.